Hello, my name is Dan McDonald and I am Life Regenerator here on YouTube. Greetings and welcome. Today I wanted to share with you one of my favorite all-time recipes, coconut yogurt. I live on the island of Kauai and we have a lot of coconuts here. So I really like to utilize all parts of the coconut. I use the water for juices to stay hydrated, and I like to use the meat to make various creams. But my favorite recipe of all is coconut yogurt. So today what I'm going to do is take you from step one. Actually, this is more like step three. You got to get the coconuts first out of the trees, and then you chop them open, and then you take out the water, and then what you do is you take the meat out by using a coconut scooper or a large spoon. And probably most of you watching this video will want to go to an Asian market and get young Thai coconuts. I use obviously Hawaiian coconuts, or if you're in Mexico or the Philippines or somewhere else tropical, you obviously would use the coconuts that are growing in your locale. But the Thai coconuts work great for this recipe. So you're going to want, in order to make the perfect batch of coconut yogurt, you're going to want 3 cups of chopped coconut meat. So bear with me while I go through that. Just kind of wanted to give you a visual here on the sizes that I'll be using, just so that it blends up really easily in the Vitamix. You're going to need a high-speed blender. There are only really a couple of blenders that will do this well, and that is the Blendtec. So here's 1 cup. And Vitamix. There's a couple other blenders that are okay, but they really do struggle. In today's day and age, it's really helpful to have a Vitamix, especially if you want to eat well when it comes to smoothies and making some delicious dressings, using the Vitamix to turn these natural, wholesome foods into delicious recipes and textures for your children or for your significant other or family and friends. Learning how to use a Vitamix can be a real boon in this day and age, for sure. I actually have an online class at my website, regenerateyourlife.org, called Blending Mastery, where I teach you a lot of recipes and the ABCs of using a blender. Cup number 2. So check that out at regenerateyourlife.org. There's always a link down below my videos to my website. I'm going to chop 1 more piece of this meat here to get 3 cups. So you take 3 cups of the meat, and this makes 1 perfect 32-ounce jar of yogurt. The next thing I'm going to do is measure out 1.5 cups of coconut water. Boom. And so 1.5, you can use a little bit more if you want to. The rest of that is for me to drink, because coconut water is one of the most hydrating. You know what it is? It's one of the purest liquids. Same thing with watermelon juice or cucumber juice or celery juice or apple juice or carrot juice or beet juice. All the different fruits and vegetables have a distilled living water, which is really, really good for you. A lot of dehydration going on in the world out there today. So make sure you're getting plenty of fresh fruit and vegetable juices in your diet. The daily juicing habit is amazing. I've got over 100 recipes, juice recipes, and their benefits in my Living Foods recipe book, which is also at my website, regenerateyourlife.org. You can go over there, sign up for my Insiders Club, and get extra special videos and emails from me, and stay in the loop that way. And you'll also, when you sign up for the Insiders Club, you'll get 3 of my top juicing recipes. So go over there right now and go get 3 of my top juicing recipes. 1 for weight loss, 1 for detox, and 1 for energy. There you go. Okay, so the next move is to blend the coconut meat and water together to make a nice smooth cream Then I'm gonna bust out the magic ingredient. My yogurt nice and creamy, and I like to use the Vitamix, use the variable speed to get the consistency to work good so the meat and the water get together. To blend it into a nice, smooth, creamy coconut yogurt. I can use the high speed if I want for a minute. I'll let that air bubble pop. When you turn it down, the air pops up, and then you can hit it, and then the food or the coconut yogurt will fall back down, and then you can blend it again. So in the interest of time, I'll call that good. I would probably take another 1 or 2 minutes to really get it smooth and creamy, because I like a real smooth and creamy yogurt. One of the secrets to that is to make sure that your coconut meat is really clean. You take your ceramic knife and you clean off all of the little bits on the outside. And then when you get a nice pure white piece of coconut and none of these things here, the little wood chips, which are sure to come with the extraction of the meat from the nut, you'll have a real smooth, creamy, delicious yogurt. So here is the Life Biotic from Puradyme, which is the top of the top when it comes to enzymes and probiotics. You get the most for your money with these enzymes and probiotics, and they are of the highest quality in the industry, bar none. There's no question about that at all. I've been in the enzyme business. I've known and I've been taking enzymes for over 20 years. And I know one thing's for certain: a lot of those products you're getting at the grocery store, the health food store, have been watered down and are really, really weak. These probiotics are the purest of the pure on the market and the most powerful. They're beneficial for your gut flora. There's so many benefits to the probiotics that I don't even want to get started. And so if you're going to use probiotics, just make sure you use the best and get Puradyme, and just don't even waste your time guessing and wondering if this other company is watering it down as they start off. Everyone starts off with integrity, but in the end they start seeing the bottom line. If we put this filler in, if we add that and stretch them out, we can make more money. Puradyme will never, ever, ever do that. We actually have had to quit many other enzyme companies because they end up watering down their products to make more money. So it's either greed or there's integrity. And one thing you can be rest assured of is in 20 years from now, Puradyme will be producing the best of the best, and there will never be a compromise. I know the CEO, I know the vice president, I know the formulator. They're all close friends of mine, and they are deeply in tune with the highest levels of integrity and divinity. So this company is blessed. That's another thing that's really good to know, is that each batch is not only triple tested for purity, because a lot of supplements these days have a lot of junk in them, but they are also blessed so that they will be a blessing to your life, so that you can have a clean, healthy gut. That is the key to the whole thing. Health and life and death all start in the colon. So keep your colon clean, keep your GI tract clean. Use this coconut almond yogurt as medicine. There are a million recipes that you can make with this. Dressings. I like to put it on papaya or bananas. You can put it in your smoothie and add amazing benefits that way. And when you make the yogurt, you take the billions and you put a teaspoon in, and then that becomes trillions. So you actually, by making the yogurts with the foods you're going to eat anyways, which is nut and seed cheeses or yogurts, you're going to multiply, because these are living organisms that are beneficial. This is a very highly advanced formula with 5 of the best strains and the most well understood that have the most benefits to the GI tract, and they have been studied time and time again. So there's a lot of studies actually on these individual strains of microorganisms that are beneficial. If you get out of whack with candida and parasites because you're always eating too much cooked food, or people eat sushi, and that's the worst thing you could do, because the minute that an animal is dead, the flesh begins to decompose and the blood within that flesh begins to oxidize, okay? And that leads to a lot of issues, because that will bring forth parasites and pathogenic type microorganisms that mess with your head, mess with your blood, and keep you from living a clear, bright, and true life in harmony with nature. And that's what I'm recommending here, taking nature's foods, having a little bit of fun in the kitchen, using our modern day intelligence, and bringing ourselves to the next level of health. Let me blend this up. I'll put it in a jar and we'll call it good. Thank you very much for your time and attention today. It means the world to me to have you here, for me to share my passion, my art, my love for living foods and life itself, and harmony with nature, and being creative in the kitchen, and using the greatest technologies that we have. It's a really, really amazing, well-balanced lifestyle that I like to share with you here on the Life Regenerator channel. So give it a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed, it's a great time to do that. Get me into your feed so you can get more of this information and let it sink into your brain so you can develop the habits. 16 years later, I'm still developing the habits of a better life. It never ends. Saturate yourself with positive knowledge, positive energy, and positive people that really want to see you shine, that believe in you because they know who you are down underneath. Amen. And there she wrote, so there's a link down below for the Pyridine enzymes. There's a link down below to my website where you can get the Living Foods recipe book. Amazing stuff right here. Boom, boom. The live foods. Delicious and simple. Nobody does it like DTM. That book right there is a work of art and will change your life if you take those recipes and use them every single day. The juices, the smoothies, the salads, the entrees, the desserts, all live, all organic, all raw, all vegan, next level. Boom. Super high level vibration for those cultures that lived that way. And there are very small sections of people that lived in the past, that lived in harmony with nature and ate very simply and lived very long lives and stayed very much in tune and in harmony with nature. And that's what I'm seeing these days, where we've lost our harmony. We're out of harmony with nature, and there's no way to win with that being the case. We are nature. We're always fighting nature and going against it, and we will never win. We will lose. We are nature. So humility is what's going to is our medicine. Humility is our medicine that brings us back to sanity. You know? And nature's ways, when I hear the birds sing and the wind blow, and I go out into the rain and breathe the fresh air and go to the beach, and I say surround yourself, because what will happen is if you eat these living foods, it'll awaken something within you, and then you will have the desire to go out into nature. It'll awaken you up to realize, I need to breathe more fresh air. I need to get more sunlight on my skin. Do not use sunblock. Use green juices. I seen people on the YouTube this morning telling a friend of mine who makes videos, use sunblock. Don't use sunblock. You know what I mean? I mean, be reasonable about going into the sun, but use green juices as your sunblock. People do not eat and juice enough herbs and green juices, and those are going to save your life. I mean, I could go on and on forever. I try to make these nice little videos, but there is so much information that I see is lacking in the world. It just, I would take hours and hours to just sit with you here and just say, drink the green juice, eat the fruit, utilize the nuts and seeds, educate yourself on every level from the various teachers and take what you want and let go what you don't want, but just make your temple a priority in your life. This is your temple. And if you can get in harmony with nature, let me tell you about the joy and the bliss and the ecstasy of waking up at 4:30 in the morning filled with life force energy. It's an amazing thing, and you're going to get that with the living foods. As you clean yourself out and you live a lifestyle that is in harmony with nature, and you go to bed early when it gets dark, and you just turn the computer off and you turn the lights down, and you just, when it gets dark, you just go lay down. I feel the best when I go to bed at 8. If I go to bed at 9, I can still get up at 4:30 or 5. If I go to bed at 8, the other day I went to bed at 8 o'clock, I woke up at 2:30 in the morning and just invigorated and filled with life, ready to go. And then we go down to the beach and we just go swimming for half an hour or so, and we just meditate and we stretch. And it's a good life because the harmony with nature is a blessing divine. So I'm going to rinse this off. I'm going to put it in the fridge for about 1 week. In 1 week, this will be so alive. It'll change. Right now, it is coconut cream. I'll put this in the refrigerator, and in 1 week, that yogurt, those fats will become pre-digested fatty acids. Those carbohydrates will become easily absorbable glucose in your brain. Nothing, no fat in the world is better for your brain than coconut fat. No fat in the world is as easily digestible as coconut fat. It is a healthy oil. It is a healthy fat. Coconuts are the tree of life, and I am so glad that they line my yard. And they're all over this island. And they grow quite prolifically. So again, my friend, thank you for your time, for your attention. It means a lot to me to have shared today. Peace and blessings of abundance and ease and peace for the world. And so it is.